Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are talking about how to set our goals, the art of goal setting. I'm super passionate about this topic, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. I think that setting our goals in a way that is actually meaningful is the key to success in all aspects of our lives. So without further ado, let's get started. So goal setting is an art, right? There are so many different ways that we can set goals, but only some of those ways are truly effective. We have to have a very clear idea of what our big picture goal is, and then we have to have action steps that are our short-term goals to get there. So mental imagery plays a huge role in this. It's super, super powerful, okay? So negative self-talk is especially powerful. And if you're constantly telling yourselves you're not good enough, or you don't have the right tools to get there, or you don't have the right resources to get there, then you will never meet your goals. Okay, so you have to eliminate that negative self-talk and bring in some either neutral self-talk or positive self-talk. And the positive self-talk is so powerful. If you imagine good things happening in your life and you really deeply go into that, then that in fact will become your reality. But you need to also imagine the action steps that it takes to get there, right? So you have to have a clear vision of what the ultimate goal is, what the ultimate image is of your life in the future. But then you also have to imagine what it takes, the work it takes in order to reach those goals. And if you do imagine something going wrong for you, which, those thoughts will come up like, oh, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? That's actually a good thing to imagine. Oh, if things don't always go my way, but in that same scenario, you have to also imagine how you will overcome that obstacle, okay? So if you just imagine something bad happening and you imagine yourself not handling it very well, then that probably will happen. But if you imagine what you would do in that scenario to change things, to improve things for you, then you will in fact succeed. So what are the action steps needed to reach your long-term goals? We need to visualize that. Now I want to give you show you a video on the power of mental imagery. So this is Bill Buckner's interview before the 1986 World Series. Let me turn up the volume. All right, here it goes.
The dreams are that you have a great series and win, and the nightmares are that you're going to let the winning run score on a ground ball through your legs. So.
All right, so if you didn't hear what he said in that video, so he's being interviewed a few days before the World Series, and he says, oh, the scary thing is the fear is that you're going to let the winning ground ball go through your legs. Now this is what happened.
5-5 in a delirious 10th inning. Can you believe this ball game at Shea?
Oh, brother.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
All right, so what happened? So the winning ground ball for the Mets, the other team went through his legs, right? So I'm not saying that he created that scenario just by imagining it, but when that scenario was actually happening, what do you think he had in his head? He had been visualizing it before and imagining this ball going through his legs. So he probably would have gotten the ball had he imagined himself in that situation. The winning ball comes his way and he gets it and he throws it and he gets the person out. If he had been imagining that scenario over and over in his head, that's probably what would have resulted. So eliminate negative thinking. That's what we're talking about right here, right now. So the power of negative thoughts are so great and even more powerful than positive thoughts. So we have to eliminate the negative thoughts. You need to speak to yourself kindly. Visualize what you want your life to actually look like. You also need to identify some role models, right? So you need to identify, what do other people have that I want? What are the qualities that I want to instill into my life? And you need to start, visualizing yourself in that position. And don't identify yourself as what you are not. So if you say, oh, I'm not good at running, or I'm not good at, whatever it may be, marketing. Well, start to identify yourself as what you like, what you love, and what you are good at. So this image is just to give yourself a reminder that you need a very clear plan, a clear image, right? So nobody hiked that mountain one day and they just woke up and said, oh, I'm going to hike to the top of this mountain. No, they had a very clear route laid out, and for months ahead of time, they were probably training for it. Maybe years ahead of time, they were training for it. So we don't just end up one day where we want to go. It takes work, it takes effort, it takes commitment, and it takes well-planned goals. So every role model needs a role model. We kind of talked about that. What do other people have that you want to implement into your life, and how can you do that? So this is how we set goals. So they need to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So you need to write down your goals. So example of these goals, a short-term goal might be, I will walk 2 miles every morning before work 3 times per week within 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, you want to be doing that consistently. Your long-term outcome-based goal might be, I will be able to fit into a size 6 pants comfortably within 8 weeks, right? So the first goal, the short-term goal, is one that kind of leads into the long-term goal. The short-term goals are action-based. What are those steps that you need to actually take to get to your long-term goal? And the long-term goal is outcome-based. So it could be something unrelated to diet. It could be something like, I want to live in California on the ocean within 5 years, right? So it could totally be a lifestyle goal and not a nutrition or diet related goal as well. But what action steps, what short-term goals do you need to set and reach and able to get there? So go back to your worksheet. The activities in this lesson are super powerful, and those are the ones that are really going to get you there. We can talk about it all day long, but you need to just put it into action. So go to your workbook and complete the activities, and it's actually week 5. All right, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.